Welcome, friend. It is Ashley Clarke with Earthkeeper Yoga, and I am so grateful to be back with you after a couple of weeks off, and I am thrilled to be back on the mat with you. So before we get started today, I want to let you know that this is a gentle but challenging class. We'll be focusing on stillness, and so we'll get into a posture and then we'll hold it, and we'll really have to call on our strength and our inner fortitude, if you will, to really keep that posture steady. So for today's class, I think a couple of blocks as well as your trusty blanket could be helpful for you. So if you want to grab those things and meet me right here on the mat, I'll be waiting for you. All right, friend, as we get started today, I want to let you know that if you want to find out more about Earthkeeper Yoga, you can go to earthkeeperyoga.com. If you want to find out about the classes that I'm offering through UAB, you can do that through the UAB Employee Assistance and Counseling Center. Okay, for today, let's get started. What we're going to do to begin is stay in a comfortable seat. So remember, if it is helpful, then you can bring the bony part of your tailbone right off the front of your blanket or beach towel, and that will help you really send the hips forward, pelvis forward, helps lengthen through the spine. If this is uncomfortable, stack those blocks and sit on them just to get the knees lower than the hips. But when you find your comfortable seat, I'm going to invite you to find that tall spine, crown of the head reaches towards the sky, chin parallel with shoulders, and let those arms just relax in the lap, shoulders start to hang heavy. And then we'll close the eyes or find that soft gaze. Let's begin with a cleansing breath. So in deep through the nose, sighing it out with a little constriction in the back of the throat on the exhale. Here we go. And give yourself 3 or 4 more nice big deep breaths in and out through the nose. And just allowing the breath to return to normal. Keep those eyes closed. Keep the breath in and out through the nose. And begin to notice how the parasympathetic nervous system has told you it's okay, you're safe, you're supported by the earth beneath you. And just allow that breath to fill your inner container. And then let it go. Soften at the brow and the jaw. And give it 3 more. As you sit here in this stillness and the breath is moving in and out of this container that is you, just take this moment of stillness to notice how you're feeling mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically. How are you feeling right now in this moment? And be sure to offer yourself some compassion for the places that may feel a little frazzled or tender. A little pat on the back for where you're feeling good and really whole and full and nourished. Notice that belly expand as you take the breath. Beautiful. Give yourself another cleansing breath in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. Beautiful. You can slowly flutter the eyes open. What a beautiful sense of presence to just even notice the sound of that constriction coming out of your breath. So today, as we move through the practice, I'll be cueing a lot more of a deeper exhale, as well as a lot of constriction in the back of the throat. As we begin here, I'm going to turn to the side. We're going to come off the blanket and send the legs long. Let the inside of the legs touch, especially at the feet if you can. And then you can just prop back a little bit, fingers point away. Maybe walk those hands just a little bit closer. There's a little gentle opening through the heart, but not tons of weight on the hands. You're using the majority of your tailbone to hold the weight. We'll take an inhale. Lift the shoulders up and then back. Heart really comes forward. There's a little bend, baby back bend in the low back. And then we're going to keep the feet together and we're just going to start to circle the feet. Getting a little synovial fluid going through the ankles. Take that deep breath, cleansing breath anytime that you need it. And then let's change direction. So wherever you are, just a brief pause and then a change in the direction of the feet. Beautiful. Come back to stillness. Come back to the tailbone. Palms come back to the lap. And just shake out the legs. Beautiful. Hands come back just as they were before. Let's get that upper body how we had it before. So inhale, reach the shoulders up towards the ears, and then really send those shoulder blades to kiss behind you. We're going to bend the knees. Keep the legs together, and then slowly let the knees fall over to the right and then to the left. You'll feel it a little bit through the hip flexors. A little stretch through the inside of the shoulders if you keep those shoulder blades together. Start walking down your mat a little bit. Beautiful. Come back into stillness. Knees are still together if you can. Make sure those fingertips stay nice and close to each other. Those pinkies might even touch. And then inhale, really find that length through the spine. Open the heart, open the throat. Big cleansing breath. Beautiful. Press into the hands to lift the tailbone and send it back just a bit. And then slowly come back to the tailbone. Let the hands come to the knees. Maybe even elbows, the inside of the elbows come to the knees. And we'll find some length through the spine. Big stretch. Squeeze those knees together and then take an inhale. Bring the chin down towards the chest. Big stretch through the back of the neck. Beautiful. Lift the nose back up towards center and bring the hands, the fingers, and let them wrap around the knees. Lean back just a bit. Hold some length through the spine. Reach the crown of the head away. And then let's start to move through some cat-cow shape through here. So inhale. Heart shines forward. Chin lifts. Little bitty back bend. Stretch through the belly. And then exhale. Round it all in. Move just like that. Keep that breath in and out through the nose. Just waking up that energetic center. Softness through the jaw. Exaggerate these last three, so really reach up. And exhale, really round it in. Beautiful. Inhale nice and tall. Elbows come back. Inside of the elbows to the knees. Lift it up. And then we'll send that right ear over to the right shoulder. Big stretch through the side of the left neck. And soften through the jaw. Top of the tongue can come to the roof of the mouth to help you with that. We'll bring the chin down towards the chest. Big stretch through the back of the neck. And then lift the nose back up to center, and then we'll send it over to the left. Chin down towards chest. Beautiful. Lift the nose back up towards center. Find those fingertips back on the knees and lean back. Reach through the crown of the head and breathe into that constricted belly. And lift the hands off the knees. Pull those shoulders in line with the upper body, bringing the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale, slow lower. Use the breath. Give it one more. Feel that spine release all the way to the floor. Arms go up over the head. Legs extend long. Full body stretch. Point the toes. Reach the fingertips. Beautiful. Bring those knees up outside of the ribs, and maybe even hands come around, fingers come around big toes for happy baby. Slow little massage on the back. One foot comes in, maybe the opposite leg even extends. Big stretch to the inside of the legs. Notice the position of the chin. Beautiful. All right, bring the knees together. Hands come just to the base of the knees. We're gonna come up back to seated and then over actually into table. So if you need to roll to the side and press into that hand to bring yourself up and into table, do that. But if you're gonna come with me, hands are on the knees. You just rock forward and back and give yourself some time. That's a nice little massage for the back. Beautiful. We'll come to hands and knees. Now we're going to be here for a few moments, so if it would feel good to have that blanket under the knees, you go right ahead and do that. You're going to need lots of space for the legs to extend out to the sides as well, so pause the video if you need to make more space. All right, hands are spread nice and wide. Knees are right under hips, and there's some length through the spine. We're going to take an inhale and send body weight over that right wrist. Just hold it. Tuck the tailbone in just a bit. Keep the length through the spine. Integrity through both hands. Breathe. Sigh it out nice and deep. One more. Beautiful. Slowly move that awareness and weight over on top of that left wrist. Breathe in 3 times. Cleansing breath. Beautiful. Coming back to hands, you're going to lower to the elbows. And then from here, extend the right leg long behind. Take an inhale, lift the right leg off the floor, and then exhale, round it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale to round. Deep constriction in the throat. On that exhale. And then slowly lower that right leg down, toes touch the mat. We're gonna bring those right toes outside of the left foot. And then strong through this left elbow under the left shoulder. You're gonna start to tilt over onto that left side body and reach that right arm up towards the sky. So you're balancing on 3 post points here, the elbow, the knee, and the toes on that right foot. Hold it. Beautiful. Slowly start to tilt back. Right hand comes down, right elbow comes down. Keep those left toe or those right toes on the floor. Square those hips, and then we're going to drag this right foot all the way out to the right. Sole of the foot comes to the floor. And then give yourself an inhale. Exhale, sink that right hip down, relax through that right kneecap. Big stretch there through the inside of the right leg. We touched on it in Happy Baby, but we're here for a moment longer. Beautiful. Come back to hands. And then I want you to really think about posting strong through these 3 post points. We're going to take an inhale and see if we can lift this right leg. Now, if it's too much to keep the leg extended, bend the knee. Deep breath. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, lower it down. Send the right toes long down to the back of your mat, and then bring that right knee back to meet the left. Brief child's pose, just releasing anything that may have shown up in that low back. One more. Beautiful. Coming back to the table, but with elbows. We'll send that left leg long behind. Lift it up. And take an inhale, round it in. Extend it. Last 2. Beautiful. Lower that left knee, or excuse me, the left toes, and then bring them out outside of that right foot. Strong through that right elbow. You're going to start to feel some of that weight start to stack almost in the hips, and then bring that left arm up towards the sky. So a twist through the thoracic spine, balancing on toes, elbow, and that right knee. Left elbow comes down, left toes drag all the way behind the mat and then over to the left. Re-square everything, take an inhale. And then exhale, let that left hip sink down. Big stretch to the inside of the left leg, release the left kneecap. Start to square the hips, come to hands, take an inhale. Lift that left leg, hold it 4 breaths. Inhale. Lower that left leg, bring it back, and then slowly bring that left knee to meet the right. Come to elbows once again. Send those hips back, stretch through that low back body, through the shoulders. Beautiful. Slowly start to bring yourself up, and we're going to move right into our down dog. So curl those toes, lift those hips. And while I normally cue for there to be some pedaling through the feet, for today, find the stillness. Explore the body from a moment or 2 of stillness. Head hangs heavy. Sense the places in your body that feel tight. Meet them right where they are. Breathe into the space. Beautiful. Walk hands and feet towards one another. Let's meet in the center of the mat in a forward fold. Big bend in those knees. Torso rests on the belly. Let's take an inhale halfway. Find a long spine. Reach the crown of the head away, space in the back of the neck. And then slow, controlled exhale, constricting the back of the throat. Inhale here. And exhale, slow rise. We're going to come into that mountain. Feel the connection of your feet to the earth. Crown reaching towards sky. Breathe 3 breaths. Beautiful. Take an inhale, reach those arms and the gaze up towards the sky, and then exhale, bring those hands in front of the heart. Nose is back to center. Take an inhale, move that body weight over to the left foot, whole foot connected. So you want to make sure that you really think about finding those 4 corners of the feet outside at the front and the back of the heel. And then we're going to lift this right hip just a little bit, hold right there. And take an inhale, send the leg out front for 3 breaths. Flex through that right foot, tuck the tailbone in, strengthen the center of your body. Beautiful, inhale. And then bring that right leg out to the right. Square the hips, strength through that left foot. Deep constricting breath in the back of the throat on the exhale. Inhale, send the right leg back. So it's back behind you, and it's almost as if you're pretending that you're pressing that right foot into the floor. Reach through the crown of the head, little arch through the low back. Beautiful. Right foot is going to come behind the left and then even out the weight between both feet. Make that space as big as you need it to be. Know that the right toes are pointing over to the left. So it's not like you're on a balance beam, okay? And then make sure that the right leg does not lock. Take an inhale, reach the arms up over the head, and then bring this right hand down to the right thigh. Left fingertips reach over to the left, or to the right rather, and feel into that left side body. One more. Inhale, right hand back up to meet the left. Hands come down in front of the heart. We're going to peel that right foot off of the mat, bringing all of the weight back to the left foot. Come to a mountain pose with prayer hands. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. And take an inhale. Move that body weight over to the right side. And then hitch this left hip up just a little bit. Send that flexed foot, engaged leg out front. 3 breaths. Deep constriction in the back of the throat. Bring it out to the left. Hold it, square those hips a little bit more. Beautiful. Bring it back behind, hold it, press that left foot towards the floor, flex through the foot. Keep the upper body up straight. Beautiful. Start to send that left foot behind. Toes are pointed away over there to the right, and then we'll make sure that that left leg isn't locked. Even out the weight between both feet. Take an inhale, lift the arms, and then exhale, left hand comes over to the left hip as those right fingertips reach over to the left. Big stretch through that right side body. Let's think about keeping that right shoulder open if you can. Beautiful. Inhale, left hand comes up to meet the right. Exhale, back in front of the heart. We'll peel that left heel off of the floor and then bring ourselves back to center, cleansing breath. Beautiful. Take an inhale, reach the arms and the gaze up. And then exhale, bend those knees. Let the hands come right on top of the kneecaps. Take an inhale, send crown and tailbone back. Heart moves forward, chin lifts just a little bit, and then exhale, really round it in. Big stretch through the low back. Take the hands off the legs. You're just kind of hanging heavy right here. And then take a fresh breath. Exhale, start to come into a forward fold. Those arms extend in front. Baby bend in the knees to keep that low back safe. And then we're going to give ourselves the elephant swing. So you're just swinging your two trunks, releasing anything through the shoulders. Beautiful. Coming back into stillness, take an inhale. And exhale, find your forward fold. Release into the shape. Give yourself a few breaths here. Let the head hang heavy. Beautiful. Walk your hands forward, walk your feet back, find your down dog and begin to pedal through the feet. Come back into a moment of stillness. Notice how you're feeling. And then take an inhale. Slowly start to bend the knees. Let them hover right above your head. Or not above your head. Don't do that. Right above your mat. Slowly lower them down to the mat. Tops of the feet come to the mat. And then slowly send yourself back into a child's pose. All right, coming out of your child's pose, moving through your table and right into your down dog. And take an inhale, lift this right leg behind you, and then bring knee to nose, step that right foot through. Once you get here, put a lot of weight on that right foot. You're still on the ball of the left foot. Take an inhale, rise up for crescent pose. Feel that stretch through the left leg. Really send that heel back. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Peel forward so more weight is in this right leg. Take an inhale, energy in the ball of the left foot. You're going to come up and then send that left leg just a little higher. Foot is still flexed from where we were from that last round. Bring it to the side, 3 breaths. Maybe it's a little higher than last time. If you start to feel a little build up in that left hip flexor, try eating some banana, not during class, but make sure that you're nice and hydrated. Banana, potassium will help with muscle cramps. Bring it behind, 3 breaths. And take an inhale, step it right back into that crescent. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Step it back, down dog. And give yourself a cleansing breath. Let's do the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg. Bring knee to nose, step that left foot through. Lots of weight in that left foot. Inhale, lift it up, finding your crescent, stretching through the right leg, right heel goes back. Beautiful, hands come in front of the heart. Pushing weight onto that left leg, barely on those right toes. Inhale, little bounce there. Here we go. Send that right foot forward, flex it out, hold. Breathe it out, constricted throat. To the side, 3 breaths. Back. And keep that upper body right up if you can, straight up, crown towards the sky. Slowly step that right leg back, find your crescent pose. And take an inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold, step it back, down dog, cleansing breath. One more. Beautiful. Come to a plank and then bring this right knee up towards the belly button. And then slowly let that right knee come forward in between the hands, a modified version of pigeon. Send those left toes back. Press into either blocks on either side of the knee if you need more space. There's a little bitty back bend. We're going to send the crown of the head up towards the sky and release through that left glute. And soften the low body. Breathe it out. Beautiful. Walk hands off blocks. Walk hands away. Slowly let that belly press on the inside of that right thigh. Rest. Notice any tension in the jaw and in the back of the neck, through the shoulders. Really let those shoulder blades drape down towards the floor. Breathe it out, 3 more. Really let it go. Palms come to the floor. Walk yourself back up. Move blocks out of the way if you had to use those. And then slowly curl toes on the left foot. Reach yourself back into your down dog. Cleansing breath. Inhale, lift the left leg. Bring that knee up towards the belly and then let it come right in between the hands. Send the right leg long behind. Modified pigeon. Blocks if you need space. Pressing in and then releasing through that right glute. Just letting it go. It wants to be tight, release it. And then send the crown of the head up towards the sky. Breathe. Beautiful. Hands off blocks. Walk those hands forward. Let the belly press on the inside of the left thigh. Let everything go. You've got 6 or 7 breaths here. Just release where you can. One more. Really let it go. Hands come to the floor, walk yourself up, and then we're gonna take this right leg and we're gonna bring it around. So you're not gonna need your blocks or anything. I'm gonna move mine out of the way, and then we're slowly gonna come back to that shape that we had when we started, which was soles of the feet on the floor, knees up towards the sky, hands right there on the kneecaps, and link through the spine. Tailbone really presses in, crown of the head up towards the sky. Go ahead and give yourself a hug, bringing the eyes of the elbows to the kneecaps, and then really reaching up. You could do this with the legs much wider if you need extra space. Beautiful. Take an inhale. And exhale, slowly let the hands come back to the knees. Even if the knees are wide, you can stay wide for this as well. The inside of the legs don't have to touch. We're gonna lower back down just like we did before. So long spine, shoulders come back in line with the rest of the upper body, space in the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale, let it go just a little bit. Deep breath in the low belly. Last one. Beautiful. Roll all the way down. Arms go over the head. Chin parallel with shoulders. Stretch the legs long. Cleansing breath. Bring those knees up. Bring the hands to the knees, and then let the knees go wide. Little gentle rock side to side. And if you bring the knees just a little bit closer towards your chest, there'll be a change in the way that the back hits the mat. So if you need a lower stretch, send the knees away, or a lower massage rather, send the knees away. There's also more in core engagement there. Or bring the knees forward and really get to the top of the sacrum. All right, bring those palms face down either side of the hips. Send the legs all the way towards the sky, and then let the legs touch just like we did at the very beginning of class when the inside of the legs touched. Flex through the feet, take an inhale, and then exhale, let them hang over to the right. Find your edge, breathe in and out. One more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale all the way through center, nice and slow, controlled. And then find your edge over to the left side and breathe. Last one. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, back legs straight up towards the sky, and then bend the knees, soles of the feet come to the mat. Keep those palms right where they are. Press into the feet, lift the pelvis, big stretch through the front of the quads. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale. Exhale, slow lower of the whole spine back to the mat. Sacrum last to touch. Release fully into the mat. Feel the support. Shimmy those feet where the outside edges of your feet are to the outside edges of the mat, and then let the knees kind of TP in towards one another. Give yourself a cleansing breath. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Sigh it out. And do it again. Let the body melt into the mat. Now totally let yourself rest. Extend the legs long if that would feel better in your body. Move right into your version of Shavasana. Maybe the palms turn up. Maybe the legs extend long. Rest. Again, begin to bring some awareness back into this space that we have created together. Begin to move your nose to each shoulder, keeping the back of your head connected to your mat. Maybe notice the air moving once again through your container. And bringing the nose back to center, wiggle the fingers and the toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Reach your arms up over your head. Give yourself a full body stretch. Point those toes. Reach those fingertips. And then allow yourself to roll onto your favorite side, bringing the knees up close to the belly, continuing to feel supported by the mat beneath you. Maybe take another cleansing breath. And then when you're ready, I'll meet you back in a comfortable seat. We'll meet together with hands at the heart, chin bowed down towards chest. Our quote for today is from Buddha. And he wrote, "If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete." And may your compassion for yourself show up as acknowledging when you need to be strong, acknowledging when you need a moment of stillness, and acknowledging that you don't always have to be moving to know that you are strong. Gratitude for practicing with me today. Namaste.